This is my Minecraft Forever world. It's a single player survival world and I've just hit a pretty big milestone. We've gone past 2,000 Minecraft days. In fact, the exact number of days we are currently sat at is 2,054 Minecraft days. That adds up to around 350 hours of playtime, or around 2 weeks of continuously playing in the world. In this time, we have built so many things together, explored the world, and gotten a whole lot better at survival Minecraft. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how we went from a fresh survival world into what you see today. So here we are, back in my Forever world on day 2054. It's been a very long time to get here, and today is a bit of a celebration video as we pass the 2,000 day mark. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how this world came to be as it is right now, with a full-length movie video showing some of the biggest builds that we ever made in this world. And after every build I'm going to be showing a before and after of how the world looked right at the start compared to how it looks now. But real quick before we get started, if you guys do enjoy this kind of content, please do feel free to leave a like and maybe even consider subscribing, as it really helps out and these videos take quite a long time to make. But anyway, let's head back in time and see just how this world came to be. In this world, I've got farms for absolutely anything I could ever want, from gunpowder to cactus, and from enchanted books to shulker shells. But there is one thing that I'm not producing, and that is cake. So today we are going to be travelling off to a distant island to build a factory that produces ridiculous amounts of cake. And to get to that island, we are going to be travelling through the nether, flying about 400 blocks, placing down a nether portal, and heading through. And here we are on a nice little mycelium island, and it's raining. Lovely. But this is where we're going to be building our factory. So I chose this place just so we don't have any mobs bothering us. We don't need to farm any mobs, so it just makes it easier to build the cake factory. So this factory is going to have to do quite a few things in order to produce cake, and that is, I'm going to have to milk cows to get milk. We're going to have to produce our own eggs and produce our own wheat, and we're also going to have to produce sugarcane and turn that into sugar. So that means we need farms for, well, we need one cow, which we can continuously milk and use the same bucket. We need a chicken farm, which should be easy enough. We need a sugarcane farm, which should be easy enough. And we need a wheat farm, which means we need villagers. Oh dear. But we're going to be starting off with the easiest farm of them all, which is the egg farm. So I'm thinking the factory is going to be around here. So if we go up a little bit, just so we've got a bit of room to work with, our egg farm will go right here. And it is as simple as a chest, a hopper, a few blocks on either side, and then hopefully a chicken. No. Nice, the chicken farm is done. Okay, so next up we have a milk farm, which we're going to need to produce, and I just want to check something. I'm pretty sure you cannot do this, right, and dispense a bucket to milk a cow. Let's find out. Right, if you stand there, see, nope, we're going to have to do this by hand. That's okay. So we've got our egg farm up here, and our cow farm or milk bucket farm is going to be over here. So let's go up to roughly the same level as the chicken farm up there. So this is going to be pretty similar to the chicken farm. We're just going to have this guy standing on a hopper, and we're going to be continuously milking him and throwing buckets of milk into that hopper. There we go. So if I place a bucket of water like this, then I stand in the water stream here, I should be able to milk this guy. Okay, so when I've got a full inventory, I should just spit that out, and it goes into the hopper there. Brilliant. Okay. So the cow farm is semi-set up now, but I need to make sure I've always got buckets in my inventory. And I think the easiest way to do that is to, well, drop them into my inventory. I've got a dropper set up here, but I need to work out how to drop it every time I milk the cow. And I think the easiest way to do that is going to be using this thing, the calibrated skulk sensor. So I need to find out what sound level, I guess, milking a cow is, and then we can trigger the dropper to drop us a bucket every time that happens. Well, have you ever wondered what level milking a cow was in terms of sound in Minecraft? It is level 6. Good to know. So now we're going to get this set up with the skulk sensor sitting underneath us, listening for every time we milk a cow to drop us a new bucket. So there's the setup. Looks pretty messy at the moment, but it will look better eventually, don't you worry. And if we head up here, we can fill this dropper up with buckets. I'll completely fill it up eventually. Take 8 here, and then if I make sure my inventory is completely full, we should be able to. Okay. Full speed doesn't seem to quite work. That's annoying. We'll have to auto click a little bit slower, but that's alright. Moving on to our sugarcane farm now, because I'm putting off the wheat farm because it's going to be an absolute pain. We'll do that last. But yeah, we'll get our sugarcane set up. We've got our little path sprouting off this way. So we will have our chest here, which collects all of the sugarcane, which is going to be fed by a line of hoppers. So there is our sugarcane farm all set up. I'm sure you all know how a sugarcane farm works, so I didn't bother showing that. But we have got sugarcane. Well, we haven't had any harvested yet, but it is getting outputted into this chest eventually. But it isn't actually sugarcane we need. It is sugar, which means we are going to get to use the autocrafter. I have never really used this before, so this will be quite fun. We're obviously going to have to use it later on as well to craft cakes. But for now, we should get started on working out how it works. So I think it's going to be pretty easy for this case because the sugar recipe is just 1 sugarcane turns into 1 sugar. So if we take the sugarcane out of the chest here and feed it into, not like that, feed it into our crafter. Is that going to work? Right, okay, so we want to lock all of this and just have it going in. I'm not sure if that's the right orientation though. Let's have a look. Okay, it is. Cool. Right, so that doesn't give us anything, but that's fine. We want this basically just to be firing all the time. So we've just got an observer clock running in the background there. Thankfully, it doesn't make any noise really. Tiny little ticking sound, but you have to be so close to hear it. So that's all good. So that should be working now. I think that will be outputting into the hopper. We can check if we put an iron ingot in here again. Let's see. No, that didn't work. Why did that not work? Okay, maybe that works. Yes, that works. Okay, fine. So our sugar will be output into this chest right here. Brilliant. So we've got our eggs, we've got our milk, and we've got our sugar. Now we need wheat. So we start off with the easy bit. We build the skeleton of the farm, which is essentially just a normal wheat farm with a Minecraft hopper there to collect any wheat that the villagers try to throw to one another. So I'm going to build that, and then we're going to have to venture out around the world to find a village and transport villagers into the farm. I'm going to get the farm built right now. And there it is, nice and easy. We're going to have 1 farmer villager working the farm here, harvesting all the crops and trying to pass crops to a villager standing here. But the wheat will be intercepted by this minecart hopper thing and distributed into this chest. So now we just got the easy challenge of getting 2 villagers here. I'm going to have to fly off and find a village. A village has been found, and it means we can test out the new boat lead thing. I haven't tried this before, so I'm pretty sure you can now drag boats on leads. So we should be able to take both villagers at the same time. And we got a second guy here, so I'm pretty sure I can. Yes. Does this? Can we pull this along? I really hope so. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I'm going to take these 2 guys back to the factory island. I have no idea what's just happened. I brought the guys... What? The guys were over there in the boats, and I came over to the chest, and he just spawned like this. What? I don't know if he was like still attached to the lead, and it jibbed out because of that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I guess he's here now. I was gonna pillar up to try and get him to pathfind to the composter in here. Because he was... Okay, one of them's still here. These guys were attached by leads together. And I went over there and he just spawned over there. That was weird. I guess there's a bug with the new leads. I don't know what just happened. But we're going to try and get that guy moved in to the farm. Okay, if I release this guy, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's hopefully he goes up there and finds the composter. Or he just stands completely still. Come on. Do something. Is this guy just broken? There we go. Okay. We've got the villager in place. The farmer villager, that is. Now we need to get the other guy in. This one's going to be a little bit trickier, I think, because he hasn't got a workstation. He's just pacing. Come on. I hate villagers. God, they're the worst. Get in the bed. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Right, we need to get him in this hole, but should be alright now. If I kick him out the bed, just nudge him a little bit. Oh, there we go. Brilliant. Okay, we can take all this stuff down now. All 4 farms are now up and running, and they're doing pretty well. We've got some wheat coming in over here. Or 58. Oh my goodness. We've got a lot of wheat coming in over here. We've got the eggs in here. A couple of stacks. Very nice. We've got loads of milk in here. I'll have to be standing up there whenever we need to refresh that, but that's fine. And the sugar cane, or sugar, 18 sugar. Not bad at all. But now we need to get a building put up around this place. Because I've been calling it a factory, but it's not really a factory at the moment. It's just kind of a mess, to be honest. And it started raining also. And I do not want this villager, or either of these villagers, to get struck by lightning. Because that would be really, really annoying. So yeah, we're going to get a factory put up right now. Just like that, we have our factory building all built, and I am super happy with how this looks. I was trying to go for quite an industrial looking building, and I think it looks pretty nice. Used a whole load of bricks and granite. It took quite a long time to build, but I am very pleased with how it looks. And if we head inside, we will see our 4 farms are in here, and there's nothing else at the moment, because we need to get this factory producing cake. But first things first, there is one little adjustment we have to make, and that is to this wheat farm, because it's also producing bread and wheat seeds, which we do not want getting in our cake recipe. So I'm going to have to build a quick item filter just to get all the wheat filtered out from the other stuff. And there we have a quick item sorter all sorted out, I guess. And we are now getting our wheat seeds, not our wheat seeds, our wheat into this dropper here. And everything else is getting filtered into this composter and turned into bone meal, which I guess we'll use at some point. I don't know when. Okay, so now that we have all of our ingredients sorted out, I have done a bit of work on the interior here. So we've got a bit more of a factory looking build. And in these droppers here, we've got our eggs, our milk buckets, the sugar and the wheat. So what I need to do now is work out how to feed them into this crafter here. So we've got a hopper here. What we're going to do is we're going to drop them into water streams. They're going to flow along here and end up in the dropper. But obviously we need to get them in the right order. So this is the recipe for cake, and I'm pretty sure it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 when you drop them in, but we can test that. So put a wall in first. That goes to this one. Okay. And then if we put a trapdoor in, yeah, that goes to this one. So we need to go milk, 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 sugar, egg, sugar, and then 3 wheat. Okay. I'm going to get some water streams set up first, and then we're going to work on the ordering of the redstone signals to the droppers. So we've got our water streams all set up now, and they flow across these copper trapdoors and iron trapdoors. I think they look pretty cool, and they all feed in to this hopper here, which feeds into the crafter. So yeah, we're gonna have to get the timings right so that we get the right ingredients going at the right time. But I guess we should check it works first. So in here we have our milk. So if we trigger that, trigger that dropper and don't pick it up, should go all the way along and end up, yeah, right there in the crafter. Okay, perfect. Right, now we have to get the timing set up. So I do have a bit of a room, quite a lot of room to work with around the back here. So this is where all our wiring is going to be going. So we're going to have to do 3 pulses into this block here. That's the milk. And then we've got the sugarcane here. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to work that out. This might be the coolest thing I have ever built in Minecraft, not gonna lie. Oh my god, this is so satisfying. Okay, so here's the setup. So we have a button on the floor here, and when we press it, we should get our milk dispersed, flowing through there. Some sugar. Building up the recipe for us. Next should be the egg, yep. Then another sugar, and then 1. Look at that. That is so satisfying. And the redstone is insane. If we just jump over the crafter here, we can take a little sneak peek. So, yeah, the button feeds to this mess. So the signal from the button comes up here and it loops around. And I made it shorter because it was too long. So the signal gets shorter and then it triple pulses into this one, which gives us our 3 milk. And the signal carries on, gets delayed a little bit just to give the milk time to get into the crafter. Then we trigger the sugar for the first time, which is in a dispenser behind here. So it gets triggered once. And then we go under to the other side. And on the other side, our wiring continues on around here, where it splits into 2. So it triggers the egg there. And it gets majorly delayed around here, and this is to trigger the 3 wheat, because that's the last part and we wanted 3 separate signals, so these are the 3 signals for that wheat. And then the second wire triggers the eggs and carries on back under to trigger the sugar for the second time. God, that was so confusing. I am so confused. My brain is fried. Okay, I haven't tested this yet, but I'm pretty sure when I press this button, we should produce our first ever cake. Yeah, so let's just check. Nothing in the crafter, nothing in the chest. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I really hope I got the timings right. Okay, let's go. Okay, there's the milk. Sugar. Egg. Sugar. Then the wheat. And power. Yes, okay. Oh, and we get the buckets in here as well. Oh my god. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so happy with that. So our cake factory is fully up and running now, and we are producing cake already. Ah, this is such a cool build. So here we are at the cake factory today on day 2054, and this thing should still work as far as I'm aware. Press the button. All the ingredients should be in there. Let's have a quick look. Oh no. Oh, yep, I think it might have broken. Apparently we're out of milk. Yeah, there's the issue. We've only got 1 milk bucket. Okay, I can fix this real quick. 1 second. Well, that was embarrassing, but if we try again now, it should be working. So I press the button, and we should get cake. Yep, there's 3 buckets of milk coming this time. Okay, I forgot to refresh my milk stores, apparently. And there it is. We've got ourselves a brand new cake and 3 buckets to spare. Okay, brilliant. So it's good to know that the cake factory is still working today. But if we take a look at it, how it's looking right now, Very nice. And if we try really hard, we can even travel back in time and see just how this island looked before we built a single thing. And here is how the world looked to start with. And I've even been teleported into creative mode so we can have a look at it from the sky. And yeah, a whole lot has changed. Big Factory is missing from the world. So here in my forever world, I have got tons of really useful farms. We've got an iron farm just behind us there. We've got a gold farm in the nether, which gives us loads of XP. We've got melon and pumpkin farms. We've got loads of them. But what we don't have is a wither skull farm. And it's something I've never really built before. Having access to unlimited beacons would be amazing. And I do have a very good nether fortress very close to our portal here. So if we just head on through, we can take a look at where we're going to be building today. So our portal comes out into our little terraformed area here. And then in this house here, we've got a way down into the main nether area. Just down here. And then the fortress should be doing my way around. So our little terraformed area is just over here. And then if we head through this Soul Sand Valley, there should be a fortress just on the other side. Right over here. Yeah, this is perfect because there's lava lakes all over the place. It is a complete mess. But making it spawn proof should be nice and easy, hopefully. So now that we've got the location found for our wither skeleton farm, we're going to collect the materials now. And I'm pretty sure I've got everything already. It really doesn't need that much. I'm not designing my own farm here. This is using someone else's tutorial. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description of this one. But let's go gather the materials now. Starting off with the shulker box, we're going to be keeping everything in. Which I want to be black because it's a wither skeleton farm, so it should be black, right? So we'll just grab ourselves some dye. Did I get anything from that? Nope. Okay, we'll try that again. We'll grab ourselves some dye. Perfect. And we'll make ourselves a nice black shulker box to keep all of our materials in. Right, let's go gather some stuff. First of all, we're going to be needing some cactus, which I have a farm for under our ginormous tree here, just hidden away in the corner by the roots here. We should have more than enough. Yeah, cactus in here. We'll take a stack of it. Why not? Next up, we're going to need some trapdoors. I've got a load of spruce wood just hanging around in the tree here, which we can convert into trapdoors. Perfect. We've got a stack of that as well. Put that in our shulker box here. We also need quite a few signs, and I've got a couple of stacks of signs in here. We need a few slabs, which we can make from our smooth stone here. We'll take a stack of those. Nearly. It turns out I don't have any string in the tree here. I do have an old spider farm from when I first started this world, so we'll go head back down there to gather some string, and then we've pretty much got everything we need. We need a few iron things. I'll head over to the iron farm and gather those, but next time you see me, we'll have everything we need to build our wither skeleton farm. We have now got absolutely everything we need to build our wither skeleton farm in this box here, apart from some turtle eggs. So yeah, we've got our name tag, we've got all of our signs and everything like that. We just need to find some turtles. I've got some seagrass. Then we can get some turtle eggs to attract the wither skeletons and get building. Okay, so this might be a mistake, but I'm going to try to build this thing without spawn proofing the fortress to begin with, and then we'll spawn proof after. I am going to get absolutely destroyed by blaze like this, but we should be able to dodge it, right? Hopefully. It's just gas blowing it up that's going to be the main issue. Anyway, let's get to building it right now. Well, the build was going well. Yep, I was building this giant structure here. I thought I'd make it out of obsidian to stop any blast from getting through from gas, and then I realized that crying obsidian actually gives off light levels, so it will stop any wither skeletons from spawning in here. So now I've got to go through and remove all of this, and it just takes so long to mine this obsidian, so we're going to be here a while just tearing down these walls which I put up. Oh, this is such an annoying mistake. Well, annoyingly, my time-lapse doesn't seem to be working at the moment. It seems to be when it's going in the nether, it just crashes. So we didn't get a time-lapse of that build, but it is pretty much done now. There are two things that I need to do, and these are going to be pretty tricky, to be honest. Firstly, we need to go around and put buttons everywhere to spawn-proof the fortress, so things will only be spawning in this little box here. And then we need to get, if I can go inside, is there anything spawned in here? Not at the moment. Okay, we need to get a piglin sat in here and name him. So the wither skeletons are attracted to him and fall down into the hole. So I think we're going to do the buttoning first to spawn proof the fortress, just so we don't have things shooting at us while we're trying to move a piglin around. And so begins the long process of spawn proof. Things like that spawning everywhere, and to make sure wither skeletons are the only thing spawning. I'm going to get this whole place buttoned up, and then I will check back in with you guys when that is done. Okay, many buttons have been placed. So the fortress is pretty well spawn proof now. There's still some areas over there that I need to do, and as well there's some areas on the ground. But I would like to get the piglin in place now, just so the farm, or just to check the farm's actually working, I guess. So I've made a little stairway here, and we have got a few piglins spawning. So yeah, we're gonna try and get one guy in. Let's see if we can get all those guys. The problem is they run away from the zombified piglins, right? Just need him following up the stairs. Oh my goodness, I hate the Nether so much. Okay, follow me, come on, no, get out. Those zombie piglins are so annoying. They just keep going up this little stairway. I need to clear the bottom. We have a pigman following us up the ladder. Okay, that's brilliant. He is a sword wielder, which is a bit scary. And I just saw a skeleton, which might try and snipe us off the edge, so we might have to get rid of this guy real quick. Okay, nice. Hopefully that pigman's still behind me. Yes, he is. Okay, this is brilliant. I can just get him to fall in a hole in the middle here. Don't despawn, don't despawn. Come on. Yep. How do I get him to fall in? I didn't think this far through. Okay. You just come around here? No. Stop hitting me. Okay, come on. Fall in. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That was not easy, but it's done now. We need to name him so he doesn't despawn. Please tell me I can... Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay. We've got our pigman in place. The farm should be working now. It might be a bit inefficient because there are a few unspawn-proofed parts of the Nether. But if we head down, I guess we should get rid of this bridge as well because this is also not spawn-proof. Okay, the farm is working. We have got our first wither skeletons in the little collection area here, so we can take them out with our looting sword. Okay, did we get any skulls? No skulls. Alright, I'm going to AFK here for maybe an hour or so, and we're going to see how many skulls we can get in that time. So I'll see you in an hour. Well, after being down here in the Wither Skeleton Farm for about an hour, we are actually yet to get our first skull. It's quite slow, to be honest. I think I need to do a load more buttons to stop spawns all over the Nether because there are so many places that we are seeing just mobs spawning at the moment. If we come back outside, you can see, yeah, we've got zombie piglins over here, we've got zombie piglins over there, we've got them all over the place. So yeah, I need to go and like fully button up the area to make this as efficient as it possibly can be. But we might have got a skull off of these guys. Get rid of these last two wither skeletons and see. Yes, nice. Okay, we've got one wither skull out of this farm so far. But yeah, to make it super efficient, we are definitely going to have to go through and button up a lot more. I've spent the last 3 days placing buttons, pressure plates and slabs everywhere in the Nether of my forever world. I am trying to get a wither skeleton farm working, and so far the area is about 50% spawn proof. The farm currently isn't working, and I assumed it was just because we haven't fully spawn proofed the area yet. But when I looked in to check on the farm, I realised that the pigman, which is supposed to attract the skeletons, has gone. So this means that our farm must be spawning in something that it's not supposed to be spawning in, which has managed to take out our pigman. And if we take a look inside, I do have some carpet placed down, which I thought was supposed to stop blaze spawning, but I have noticed that we've been getting blaze in the farm, so I'm thinking they must have been what took out the pigman. But we can fix this pretty easily. If we replace the floor in here with wither roses, it should then only spawn in wither skeletons. Then we'll have to get a new pigman in, which is a bit annoying, but at least this one should survive. But unfortunately, I have a lot of farms in this world, but I do not have a wither rose farm, so that means we're going to have to go unleash a wither somewhere, and I have to go gather some wither skeleton heads. 3 more wither skulls have been acquired, and we are ready to go unleash a wither somewhere in the end. I'm not going to do it on my main island because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of this thing, not going to lie. Oh god. Yeah, I'm not very good at fighting or PvP. I'm going to get destroyed by this enderman, so let's fly away real quick. Yeah, if there was a wither flying around here, I'd have no chance. So yeah, we're going to unleash him way off into the end island somewhere. Okay, I think around... Oh my goodness, I keep looking at enderman. Okay, so yeah, I think this is the perfect end island for us to unleash a wither. I'm hoping he just ignores me and goes after the enderman. Let's find out. Run away. Okay, we're a safe distance away now, so we can just watch the chaos from over here. Yeah, it looks like he's going after the enderman. Hopefully he can hit them with projectiles. I'm assuming he can. Yeah, they're taking damage on it. So we're just going to go in when he's done and gather up a bunch of wither roses. I think I'm going to need about a stack, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, we're going to just be sitting here watching this for a while. Well, it has been an absolutely ridiculous amount of time since that last clip. Yeah, I was trying to get wither roses by getting a wither to farm enderman, and it just was not working. I don't know why. It would kill the enderman, drop eyes of ender, and just not drop any wither roses. So we're going to have to try something a little different in order to actually get enough wither roses for our farm. And that means I have to come back here and do some brewing. We are going to need 3 splash potions of poison for this. So I can grab my 3 water bottles. And then I think you need to go netherwort, spiderite, and then gunpowder. Do I have any gunpowder? I do. Okay, so we've got our potions of poison now, and we should have everything we need to hopefully get enough wither roses. I've got a ton of eggs and some more eggs. We've got the stuff for a wither, and we've also got our splash potion of poison. So if we head through into the end now, we should be able to convert a bunch of chickens into wither roses. I'm hoping, please. Okay, so we are back here in the end, and we are going to be spawning our wither in underneath the bedrock here, so it can't move. And we're also going to be putting a ton of chickens in with it. So let's get a bunch of eggs spammed down there to start. Okay, there are now a ton of chickens underneath our end portal here. So hopefully, if we... Okay, maybe we should drop in. What I need to do now is splash potion of poison them to get them down to like 1 heart. And then we can blow them up with a wither, and that should finish them off. And hopefully they drop a load of wither roses. We shall see. Okay, I'm sorry, little chickens. Oh, for myself as well. Oh god, that's horrible. They are freaking out. We've got 3, so we should make sure we get them all. Some guys back here. And then another one. Okay, I didn't get anyone. Maybe they're all got. Let's hope they're all got. Okay, and now that they're all poisoned, we summon a wither in there with them, and that should kill them and give us loads of wither roses, I'm hoping. Place these. So these chickens, get out of the way. Oh. Okay, we placed it. Let's get out. Okay, I really hope this works. I've been trying so long to get these wither roses. Come on. A stack and 28. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, that should be enough. Where did he go? Okay, let's get out of it. Sorry, Shulkers, I'll come back. Okay, so good news is I've now got a ton of Wither Roses, which is great. The bad news is I did accidentally unleash a Wither in my end dimension, which I will have to deal with at some other point. But that is not important right now, because now we can finally take the floor out in here and replace it with Wither Roses. So now we should only have Wither skeletons spawning in our little farm here. It'll just make the rates increase so much, because I've been having to deal with so many zombie pigmen and skeletons and blaze. This is just... Hopefully this should fix the farm. Well, that was not even close to being enough Wither Roses for us to finish our farm, which means I do have to head back into the end. I've got a bit of a plan, so I'm going to make another chicken farm. This time I've got a load of wheat seeds, so we can actually make sure we've got like a lot of chickens in there, right? And I hope I can use that Wither that's in there in the end already, and like sort of lure him over to the chicken farm. But he might just fly off. So let's see how this goes. Okay, the Wither is still here. Right, he should just attack Enderman right for now. So maybe if I can build a little chicken coop just in the ground. Actually, it doesn't need to be in the ground. Let's build it above ground. And we'll put a roof on it to start with. Okay, so I've got obsidian to build it out of. So it shouldn't get blown up, hopefully. Okay, the Wither is pretty distracted right now, right? We just need 2 chickens to start with. Okay. Okay, we're good, we're good. All right, yeah, I'm just going to breed these guys up, I think. We did wait for them to be adults, but that's fine. Then we should at least get a couple of stacks, right? This is so weird. I'm in like a little safe house with some chickens right now, hiding from the Wither, right? I can speed them up to growing up, right, by force feeding them some wheat. And they should be laying eggs as well, so hopefully we can get the population up pretty quickly. I have been sat in this box breeding up chickens for like an hour now, and their sounds are making me go insane. But I think we've got enough now. We can get out of this box finally and try and lure the Wither to shoot some projectiles this way. I did make it out of obsidian, and they keep pushing me. Okay, we're gonna have to go for a corner. Yeah, we should be able to get a Wither shot in here, hopefully, and that should give us Wither Roses. I think that's how it works, right? The Wither kills them, and then that produces the Wither Roses, I hope. Okay, let's just open up a little hole, a 2x2 hole here for our Wither shots to come into. Yeah, there's a load of Ender Eyes around, but they don't seem to drop the Wither Roses very often. Oh, there's one there. Nice. Okay, everyone will help. Right, where is this Wither? We need to lure him over. There he is. Okay, come on. Target me. Please. Oh, he is. Yep, he definitely is. Okay, let's lead him over to our little chicken coop. Hopefully, we can get one of these projectiles to fly in there and take out the Wither. I really hope it works. Okay, so I think I'm going to jump in the box, and then we'll just see what happens. Okay, little staircase up. So these aren't withering these ones. That is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, I see Wither Roses. We've got 14 at the moment. This is working. I don't want to die though. Oh my goodness. Okay, we haven't got as many as I thought we were going to get. 29 Wither Roses. It's definitely not one for every chicken that's just getting murdered. Oh, 37. Okay. Come on, over here. Come back. Oh my goodness. Got distracted by some Endermen, I think. Okay, we've got 40 Wither Roses at the moment. It's a good start. Right, Wither, come on. Oh my god. Jesus. This is a little bit evil. But we need those Wither Roses. Oh god, I need not to die as well. 53. Okay, we can get that stack out of this. Maybe I should seal it back up and get our chicken population back up again. Well, it took long enough, but we finally got all of the wither roses into our wither skeleton farm. So we should only be spawning in wither skeletons now, which is great. But we do need to get the piglin put back in because, yeah, the old one perished somehow. So we're going to have to lure a pigman over into this little box here, and then we can finally name him, and then the farm should be fully working. Let's have a look inside. Yeah, so we need a pigman to be standing there, and then it'll be attracting all of the wither skeletons. Unfortunately, because I have spawn-proofed so much of the nether now, it's going to be quite hard to get a pigman over here. Okay, so we do have this one little bit of area over here, which I haven't finished spawn-proofing yet. And there are some pigman spawning, so I've built a bridge across, and hopefully we can get him into the chamber. The only thing is he's scared of these guys, right? So I'm going to have to anger them. I'm sorry. Just one more? No, there's another one. Oh god, there's a lot of damage, and he does a lot of damage as well. This is dangerous. Okay, I think we're good. I think we got a clear path now, as long as yep, he's still following. Okay. That is terrifying. If I died there, my stuff would have gone straight into the lava lake, and that would have been very sad. Okay, he's coming. Right, we need to get him in the hole there, and I forgot to make a way up. Oh no. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay, can I? No! Oh my god, he does so much damage. Oh, and we got pigmen coming. Oh no, this is bad. And he just fell off the edge. I'm pretty sure he just fell off the edge. Okay, he's still alive. We can probably get him back. Just need to get rid of these guys. Okay. Oh god, this is not easy. Right. I need a little pathway going up so I can get away from him. Now I need to help him get up here. Okay, there we go. He's got a way up. Up he comes. Okay. Now we just need to get him in here. God, this has been terrifying. Right. Round this way. Round you come. Come on, just... There we go. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, hopefully this guy doesn't die like the last one. Let's just name him. So he's not going to despawn. Well, I think it's safe to say that the wither skeleton farm is working pretty well now we've got the piglin in. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in here. Hopefully we should get a few skulls off of it. This is just ridiculous. I've never seen a wither skeleton farm working this well. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's see how many skulls we got off that ridiculous amount of skeletons. Oh, well, I got 2 in my inventory, so there's that. There's almost a wither already. Okay, so yeah, we got 3 wither skeleton skulls already just off that first harvest. That is insane. I'm so pleased with how well this is working. But while the farm is working really well now, it still looks pretty hideous, to be honest. So I think we're going to have to do something about that. We're going to do a little bit of building just to make it look a bit nicer than just this weird stone box at the moment. So let's jump into a time lapse right now. And there we have the build around our wither skeleton farm all finished, and oh my goodness, this took a long time. The quartz took quite a while to gather, but I think it looks really cool. It looks kind of like skeletal, which is good for a wither skeleton farm, and we've got it down the bottom here, the black stone kind of, you can't really see it. Maybe if I turn the shaders off for a minute. Yeah, you can see a bit more of the different colors going on here. Yeah, I'm really happy with this, and now we have a functional wither skeleton farm. So back in day 2054, and the farm is still working. We've got all of our pressure plates here, which are quite fun to walk on, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, this thing is super cool. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and this has been so useful for getting beacons all around the world. If we take a quick look down at the bottom here, how do I get in? Down through here. You can see how many wither skeleton skulls have we got at the moment. 39 wither skeleton skulls in the farm at the moment, which is amazing. And if we take a look at the farm from up here, and if we try again really hard, we should be able to turn back time and have a look at how this thing looked before we built it. And here it is, just a terrifying, unspawn-proofed fortress, where there's going to be a lot of mob spawning. And we are going to be staying in the nether for our next project right now. Earlier last week, I made this short video right here. It was supposed to be a joke about terraforming the nether. I went through a nether portal and came out very clearly in the overworld. But a lot of people didn't like the joke, apparently. So in today's video, I'm actually going to terraform my nether. I'm sorry if you're annoyed, but we're actually going to do it today. For a little bit of context, I'll show you how my nether looks at the moment. Yeah, I've done very, very little work on it at the moment. There's a few farms in here, but nothing special. Right, so here we are. We've got a little bit of random moss scattered around. I've planted a few trees. Don't really know why. There's a cat. Why is there a cat in here? It must have come through. Yeah, it must have come through the nether portal at some point. But that's about it in terms of terraforming. Very little done. It's definitely still very clearly the nether and looks nothing like an overworld. I do have my piglin bartering farm through here. And I've got a piglin gold farm up top there. But that's like on the nether roof. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Fortunately, in this world, I do have tons of materials just ready to go. I've been playing in this world for like thousands of days now, so we've got chests and chests full of materials that we can use to build whatever we want to build. In the short video that I made the nether look like the overworld, which I think is a really cool idea. I'd like to try and do that. I don't know how we're going to do the sky, and I don't know how we're going to do any potential water sources, because obviously you can't get water in the nether, and you can't get sky in the nether either, but that's fine. So let's grab some materials from here. What do we want? We want some leaves, definitely. I do like the cherry saplings that are already in there. Moss is going to be really useful because of the moss carpets. They'll stop any spawning. Oh, we'll take some pumpkins in as well. What else? We want some stone as well. I must have some stone in here somewhere. That's a shulker box full of grass, I believe. Let's have a look. It is. Okay, we can take that. Here we go. A little bit of stone. We'll take that in. Bit more in here, a stone cutter as well. Right, I think we've got some good materials to start off here. We do need to at least try to make sure it's all spawn proof, because we do not want ghasts spawning in this area at all. If they do, then they'll just blow everything up and it'll be a real bad time. So I'm kind of thinking I'd like to get like a little village in here. I don't know if we'll be able to get villagers moved into here, because I feel like they'll just leave. We can definitely get a little pretend village made here. So I brought some mud. I think we can make some nice looking paths with this. We are going to have to try and keep it all spawn proof. So we might have to use slabs. Alright, so let's get rid of this horrible smooth stone that I've got here. And let's try and map out some pathways. I think will be a good way to start. So if we come down one level, let's do, we'll do our pathways 2 wide. Why not? Okay, so I'm not planning on terraforming the entire nether, because I don't think this video will ever come out if I do that. But we are going to do probably just this little area here, this like flat area up to the like pillar of netherrack there. Maybe around here a little bit. Not down there. And out that way as well. And then we'll have to like box it off and make it its own little biome within the nether. I have no idea what just happened. A ghast was shooting me while I was making the paths, and I killed it by returning to sender, and it dropped a music disc. Is this new? I have not heard this. I need to go listen to this right now. When was this added? I had no idea this was in the game. What? Must have been added with the happy ghast, I guess. This is so weird. I don't know if I like that. Anyway, let's get back to terraforming. I have got a few little paths mapped out around the nether here, and it still looks pretty horrendous, to be honest. It does not look good at the moment, but that's all right. We're going to change that very soon. We are going to put one more path in, heading out that way, but before I do that, I want to change the walls in here. I don't want netherrack, because we're terraforming, so it can't look like the nether. So we're getting rid of the netherrack, and in these chests, I have got a whole load of smooth stone. So we're going to go around and just completely change the walls. So let's get onto that right now. have now got all of the walls finished up to our little enclosed area here. So we've got nice stony walls going all the way up to the ceiling. All around here, we've got a bit of dirt over here. It's supposed to look like a little hill. I think it looks alright. And then we've got stone extending out that way and stone extending out that way. This bit isn't filled in at the moment because I do want to put like a window into the nether. So we're going to have a lot of glass filling in this part of the wall here. But I haven't quite decided how we're going to do that yet. But for now, we're going to get on with the terraforming. And we're going to convert all of this horrible netherrack into lovely moss. So I've got a load of moss, a load of mossy carpets as well. We're going to have to put quite a few mossy carpets down to stop ghast from spawning. So yeah, let's get on with that right now. Okay, so we have got all of the moss in place now. It's looking very nice and green in here. I'm really happy with how it looks. It looks a lot more vibrant than it did before. The netherrack is pretty horrible to look at. So yeah, the moss makes it a whole lot nicer. We do still have a bit of exposed netherrack over here. Because you can probably guess what this is going to be. This is going to be a little river going along through the village here. There's going to be a little bridge going over it right here. And it's going to flow out into the main sort of nether area that we're not going to be terraforming. But we cannot get any water in the nether, obviously, because it just dries up. So this is going to be a dried up riverbed. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it. I think we're going to use some clay and maybe some andesite. But yeah, we're going to go gather that stuff in a minute. But first, I have built a little garden area over here. And in this garden, I've collected up a bunch of mushrooms. We're going to be planting them down here just so our villagers have some food source. They can enjoy their mushroom soup. Lovely. There we have a nice little mushroom garden for our villagers to enjoy. Right, I'm gonna go gather up some materials and we're gonna start work on our dried up riverbed. Now that we have our dried up river all completed, flowing right through the heart of the, well, it will be a village, the village here. We have now got to turn our attention to the sky because, yeah, it's very nethery at the moment. It doesn't look like the overworld, so we're going to do our best to try and change that. And I think the best block to use for a sky, at least that I can think of, is light blue concrete powder. Not powder, just concrete. Fortunately, pretty recently I mined out this entire desert. I didn't really know why, I just did it for a video. But we have got a whole load of sand just lying around up here, which we can use to make ourselves some concrete powder. Let's go to sleep before we get killed. Can we sleep before the zombie hits us? No. Okay, like I was saying, we've got a whole load of, where is it? Sand. Yep, these are all filled with sand. So we've definitely got enough sand for concrete powder. I've definitely got gravel as well because our piglin bartering system produces a whole load of gravel. So all we really need to worry about is the light blue dye and then converting the concrete powder into concrete, which is easy enough to do. I feel like this is the first time I've ever gone mining where I'm just looking for lapis. It's actually so common. Well, it looks like this is my life for the next hour or so. We've got a load of materials. We've got all the concrete we can need. We've just got to convert it all. So let's get that done. Okay, we've got our blue concrete ready. This is going to be a real pain to place. I don't think I'm going to time-lapse this. So I think the best way for me to transition from this sky to the best sky is just to go 3, 2, 1. And just like magic, we have a sky. Oh my goodness. This literally took all day to place all those blocks. It was such a pain getting them up on the ceiling there. Got a few little clouds around, which I really like. We've got these glowstone, which I'm definitely going to put some more glowstone in and then put some trapdoors over the top of those. But our terraform nether is really starting to come together. I love the little mushroom farm down here. I've even made a little bridge that goes over the river here, which is very nice. So let's just jump back into the nether and remind ourselves what we've got to work with here. Okay, it's a good start, definitely. It's just a little bit lifeless at the moment. I know it looks more overworld-like because we've got grass on the floor and sky and we've got stone all around us. The ghast sounds are a little bit unfortunate, but I can't really do anything about that, but that's fine. But today we are going to be fully sealing this place off. We're going to be putting in a big glass window here. And we're also going to be building a little village in here. So these paths were supposed to be going to little houses, home to little villagers. But we didn't quite get that finished last time. But I promised this time we're going to get it done. I have changed my mind about this part of the wall here. I was going to put a window in, but I think for it to feel like a proper terraform job, we need to not be able to see anything nether related at all. So I'm just going to fill this in with stone like the rest of the walls, and then we will have a fully enclosed little area of overworld in the nether. So yeah, let's just crack on with building that wall right now. Well, we have got the walls all finished up now, and the area is completely enclosed. It's looking very, very cool. You could not tell you're in the nether. I've turned the ambient sounds off, so we shouldn't get like the weird nether noises anymore. The only way you can tell is because of these guys. They are going to spawn. I haven't completely spawn-proofed everything. Hopefully we don't get any ghast spawning, because that would be pretty catastrophic, but I think it should be spawn-proof from the ghasts. But anyway, now that we've got it all enclosed, there's one more little environmental bit I want to add, and that is if we follow the river down, it leads to, this should be here, it leads to a big hole in the ground, which goes down to some black concrete. And I want to make this look like it kind of fades out and it's a really deep hole going down forever. And the way to do that, I think, is using black stained glass. So you can do a really cool effect if you have like layers of glass like that. So yeah, we're gonna fill this in with black stained glass, and we're gonna see how it looks. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased with that. I need to get the connected glass textures turned on. I don't think I've got it installed actually, so maybe I should get that installed and then it will look a bit better. But it looks really nice. It kind of fades out and looks like the pit goes down forever. It will look better when these couple blocks despawn, but yeah, that looks nice. So we've got our river flowing all the way down into this hole, which is obviously carved through time. So we've got all of our environment set up now. Now it's time to build the actual village. And I think for our nether village, we're actually going to take inspiration from something which is already built here in the world. It's in this forest here. I really like these little mud and mangrove houses. I think they... Oh dear. Anyway, I really like these mud and mangrove houses. I think they look really nice. And they're quite small as well, so they should be able to fit pretty nicely in our nether biome. So that means we're going to need some mangrove wood and some mud. I definitely have a lot of mud. I don't know how much mangrove wood I have. And oh my god, collecting mangrove wood is the worst. So I'm going to get the materials ready and then we can start building. The mangrove wood has been acquired and is here right here in this shulker box. We've got... yeah, this should be more than enough. We've got some steps and some slabs as well. We've also got some other little good bits to go around terraforming the rest of this nether biome with. So before I start on the houses, I think I'm going to place down a few little patches of these petals. I think they look nice with the moss. That's a nice like contrast. It looks like they've fallen down from the trees down here. Oh, that's not the right one. And you can't place them on stone. I did not know that. Okay, it's going to have to just be the moss bits that have these petals on, but that's fine. They look quite nice, like they've been swept off the path. Oh, you can't place it on concrete either. Like they've been swept off the path after falling from the tree here. Very nice. Oh, the petals have been placed now. They look nice, like they've been swept off the sides. Yeah, they add something to the path, definitely. They make it a bit more colourful and a bit more lively in here. But now it's time to stop delaying and actually build these houses. So I think a time lapse is probably the best way to do that. So let's get that started right now. It is looking pretty magical in here at the moment, and you wouldn't even know that we're in the nether, to be honest. Apart from the mobs that are spawning, and maybe the sky is a little bit of a giveaway, but it feels so nice and cozy in here. I love it. So we got all of our houses put in place now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in total. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how they look. I think they blend in nicely. They're probably the perfect size for this little area because it is quite small, so we don't want anything humongous. The insides are a work in progress. I'm going through at the moment. I think this is probably the last one. And just putting in stone bricks flooring. And then I'm not going to put beds in because, yeah, I don't want to accidentally click one of those things and then have a whole load more building to do. So, yeah, we're not going to have beds put in, but I will put a few things, maybe some workstations inside because we are going to try to get some villagers in the little village here. And if we just go over the bridge, we've got our last 3 houses here. I think I've got the stone. Oh, I have forgot the windows on this one. Okay. I do have enough left. Okay, perfect. Just put these little mangrove trapdoors in. Okay, that's the building all done. Perfect. Yes, we've got that house there. We've got this one here, which is quite a small one. It looks a bit strange because it was under this tree. And it was also like it kind of goes into the river, which I quite like. I think it looks cool. Like, looks like this village was built after the river dried up here. So they came and found it when it was all barren and dry. And yeah, they built their house into the stream a little bit. And then inside it's just, yeah, stone brick floor. And then the final one goes kind of into the cliffside a bit. And inside there's a crafting table. Look at that, interior designing at its finest. But now we're going to head back into the overworld to try and bring some villagers through the portal. Let's see. I don't know. This is probably going to be quite tricky. Anything with villagers is normally a complete pain, but I'm going to give it a go. To help me out with the transportation of villagers, I think I'm going to use the Happy Ghast. I haven't actually used one in this world yet, and I haven't found one, but that's okay. We don't need to find one because you can actually craft them. I've got a bunch of, where are they? Ghast tears here, so we can craft ourselves a little dried ghast, and now we have to just wait for him to rehydrate, I guess, if we leave him in the water here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just wait around here for a little bit, and then we're gonna use this guy to ferry some villagers over into the nether. So we've got our Happy Ghast all grown up now, and he looks amazing. Oh, these guys are so cool. Unfortunately, they are incredibly slow as well, so this isn't gonna be insanely quick, but I think it's definitely quicker than making a railway track or doing anything like that, or I don't even know how else you could boat villages as well, but then you can't go uphill. So yeah, I think this is definitely going to be the quickest way to do it. So the plan is to get 2 villagers in a boat, latch the boat to the Happy Ghast, and then fly them over to the nether, which is just over the other side of that hill, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay, there are definitely quite a few villagers around here. Let's leave our Happy Ghast just there. Okay, 2 villagers right here. Perfect. Right, can you guys... That was very easy. Okay, can I get this guy? Do you come down? Can I reach that? I can, okay. Okay, so I think the way to do this is you lead the Happy Ghast, then you shift lead that. Is that right? Or do I do it the other way around? Come down. Oh, I threw the snowball at him. Oh my god, these guys. Okay. Is that done? What have I done? What is going on? Okay, now neither of them are latched together. Let's... There we go. Okay, perfect. Please come back. Okay, that wasn't exactly what I intended, but they're in position now. Let's fly on up and land. Right here. Perfect. How are they doing? Oh my god, this is amazing. This is the best way to transport villagers in 2025. This is so fun. Oh, I actually get a little speed boost from the haste beacon as well. That is quite nice. Okay, so there is a doorway. This is where the big nether portal is. There is a doorway in here. I don't know if the ghast is going to fit through or not. I think it's like... I think it's only 4 wide, so it probably isn't going to be able to fit through. We might have to safely land these villagers on the ground and then take them the rest of the way by leading them, I guess? Can I lead them? Okay, they are safely set down. How do I unlead? What is happening? How do I unlead? Do I need shears? I do have shears. There we go. I think that did it. It did it. Okay, perfect. Can I now drag the boat? I can. Oh my god, this is so easy. I do have villagers right next to the portal here, but these guys are like all cured up and stuff, so I didn't want to bring those through into the nether. We'll bring these two instead. Amazing. They made it through safely. Look at this. Okay, come on, let's drag you out of the portal. Okay, now if I let them roam free, are they going to just run back through the portal? Don't do it. Nope, he's found a workstation. Okay, that's great. And this guy is just chilling. Nice. Okay, we got some villagers in the village here. That is brilliant. So there we have our village all finished up. And as promised, the nether is fully terraformed. Look at this. You wouldn't have a clue that you were in the nether, would you? You'd definitely think this is just the overworld. So here we are in our terraformed nether in day 2054. And it's still really good. It's been so nice having this in the world and not getting shot at by ghast every time I come through a portal, which is lovely. Although the villagers that I got in here do seem to have disappeared. In fact, I actually know where one of them's gone. We got two in here, so I know where one of them is. I don't know where the other one is. But one of them came up this staircase here. I don't know why they pathfinded for this. They went up the ladder, and now they are lost on the nether roof somewhere. Last time I saw them, they were going off this way. But who knows where that guy has gone. So apart from the fact that this project caused a villager to get exiled onto the bedrock nether roof, I think it's really cool and I'm really happy with it. And if we try really hard again, we can have a quick look at how this place looked. It's going to have changed a lot. So let's have a look back at how this thing looked before we built it. So here we are, and yes, this is a pretty humongous change. A lot of fire, a lot of netherrack, a lot of scary sounds, and no grass at all. So let's just go ahead and get out of the nether for our next project right now. We are out here in the desert today, where a few weeks ago I dug out this pretty stupidly big hole, seemingly for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But today we are going to make sure that digging this hole wasn't in vain, because I'm going to use all of the sand and the sandstone to build a absolutely ginormous build today. So in the real world, we have the Great Pyramid of Giza, and I'm going to be trying to build that here in my forever world. Yeah, we've got a whole load of sand from digging this place out. There's none in there, but in here we've got sandstone, a little bit in there, loads of sandstone here. Yeah, we've got absolutely tons and tons and tons of sand. So we're going to be converting that into sandstone, maybe even into smooth sandstone. I haven't decided yet. And we're going to be building the Great Pyramid, one of the wonders of the ancient world here in Minecraft. So the pyramid in Egypt is about 138 meters tall, and thankfully in Minecraft it's pretty easy to convert because a block is supposed to be a meter tall, so that just means we've got to go 138 blocks up into the sky. So here we are at Y73 here, so we've got to go up to like 200-ish. And thankfully the build height is now high enough that we can actually do that. So to get a feel for just how high this thing is going to end up being, I've got myself 138 blocks of sand in my inventory. And we're just going to pillar up from, let's go from here. Right, up into the sky. Okay, we are pretty high up now. This thing is going to be humongous, yeah. I'm just thinking about the area it's going to take up, because obviously every block down we go a block out, so it's going to be like, is it the same? Is it 138? I don't know. It's going to be huge. So we're probably going to have to build it like starting in the middle there, and it's going to like take up the entire desert area. Yeah, this thing is going to be absolutely massive. Let's have a quick look from the ground. Oh yeah, that's going to be quite the sight when it's finished. Okay, do I have any? Okay, I need to go grab a torch and then we can get rid of the sand nice and easily. This is going to be very satisfying. Oh my goodness, look at that. Quickest way to harvest 2 blocks of sand is to find it pillared up to world height and just place a torch under it. Okay, so I think the best thing to do now is just to start building this thing. So I'm going to jump into a time lapse right now. well, that was just the first layer, and oh my goodness, that took a while. This thing is going to be humongous. Let's just have a quick look from the sky. Oh my goodness, look at the area this thing takes up. It's going to cover over a pillager outpost as well. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys before we got it fully built, just the scale of the landscape we're going to be building over. I'm going to have to do a lot of terraforming as well. Once this is all done, we'll build up around the side so it doesn't look like it's just floating in the air. But first of all, we've got to actually build the pyramid. So I guess let's jump into another time lapse. And this time it's going to take a very long time, but we're going to build the entire thing. So let's get it done right now. I have now used up absolutely all of my sand and sandstone. Yeah, so we've got absolutely nothing left to build with, and the pyramid is not even close to being complete. Oh my goodness, this is just giant. I just didn't realize how big this would be. Look at it. We have got a fair few layers done, and it is going to be obviously a lot quicker with every new layer that we get built. Oh yeah, pillagers also spawn on the top here, which is quite fun. But we are going to have to mine out some more. Oh my god, it doesn't even render in. Hang on, let me up my render distance. There we go, that's better. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to get some more sand. Obviously, because, yeah, this is not even close to being complete. And I think we can kind of kill two birds with one stone here by going around the outside. There's some bits where the pyramid's a bit buried, so we can clear out some of the sand there. Yeah, and gather it at the same time. So I'm going to get on with this, and then we can get back to building this absolute... I don't even have the right words for this giant of a structure. I am pretty well stocked up on sandstone again now. We've got all of this stuff and a bit in here as well. I am still going to keep digging, but I've just found something pretty cool out here in the desert. Something I've genuinely never found in Minecraft in like the wild before. I've seen them obviously, and it is this. It's a fossil. I've never found one of these in the overworld before. I only ever find them in the biome in the nether, whatever it's called, where the happy ghast is. But this is so cool. So we're going to dig this out and yeah, keep it as a relic under the Great Pyramid here. I think it's pretty fitting to have some ancient fossil here. So let's dig this out and see how it looks. This is pretty cool. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. Is it a skull? I don't think it is. Yeah, who knows? If anyone has any ideas of what this fossil is, maybe leave a comment and let me know. But anyway, we've got our sandstone now, so it's time to complete this pyramid, and I'm not going to stop until the whole thing is built. So let's jump into another time lapse right now. That time lapse was well over an hour long. I sped it up as much as I possibly could. I have now placed 27,000 cut sandstone, which is pretty crazy. My fingers hurt, and when I close my eyes, I see sandstone. But the pyramid is still not complete, not even close. Oh my goodness, this thing is just so huge. I did not think how big, well, I did not realize how big this thing would be. It is taking a very, very, very long time to get done. Do you guys ever start a project in Minecraft and think, why did I start this? This is just going to take forever. I mean, it's going to look amazing when it's done, but it's just such a pain to build. Yeah, this is definitely one of those because we are out of materials again. But today, we are continuing to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. Yeah, I started building this a few weeks ago and kind of didn't realize how absolutely humongous it would be. So we have had to split it into 2 videos, but we are going to finish it today for sure. I have gathered up a load more sandstone, so we should be able to just jump straight into building. Unfortunately, I just did have a creeper explosion, so I hope I didn't lose any sandstone. I'm going to have a look back. I did have it on recording, so let's have a look at it now. I'm pretty sure we didn't lose any sandstone there. I think it just blew up the chest and sort of released it all from inside. So I think we should be good to carry on building. But real quick before we start building, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support on the last pyramid video. It was amazing. It got way more views than normal, and someone even hyped it, gave it hype points, which really helped out. So thank you so much whoever did that. But let's not delay anymore. Let's jump straight into a massive time lapse right now. We're going to use all that sandstone and finally finish the Great Pyramid of Giza. Right now. Sorry that time lapse was a little bit rubbish, but I've been working on this build for, I can't even tell you, like 10 hours now, I think. It's taken such a ridiculously long time. Yeah, if I tried to time lapse the whole thing, I think my PC probably would have exploded, but we are now officially complete. Oh my god, this thing is ginormous. Well, I say we're complete. There's still one more block to go at the top, and I thought that we'd rename it, especially to subscribe. This has taken quite a long time. Please do feel free to leave a like and maybe even consider subscribing if you are enjoying this. But let's go put this final block right at the top of the pyramid, and I have to fly up there. I have to use like 3 rockets. Okay, 2 rockets. Oh no, 3 rockets to get all the way up, because this thing is just ridiculous. Look at the size of this. Right up the top here, we can put down our final block, and it's done. Oh my goodness. We did it. We actually finished the Great Pyramid of Giza in Minecraft. Look at the shadow it leaves over the world. That is insane. Oh, you can see me as well jumping up and down. I haven't got a spyglass, but yeah, this thing is pretty ridiculous. We can also take a quick look inside. I have not lit it up, obviously, because it would require a ton of torches. Look at this. This is just... I don't think I've ever built anything this big in Minecraft before. Definitely not in survival. That would probably be the title of this video. It's something like the biggest ever survival base in Minecraft or something like that. Because, yeah, look at this thing. It is ridiculous. But it does look a little bit strange just floating. So we are going to have to terraform the edges, which means we're actually not done yet. Oh my god, flying up is so... I can't tell what's going on. There we go. Look at this. Yeah, we've got a pillager outpost inside. Oh yeah, we've got the quarry down here where I got all of the sandstone. I had to keep coming back and back and back for more. This desert has just been absolutely rinsed of all of its sandstone. Over this way as well, we've got random little bits poking out everywhere. Yeah, this required a lot of sandstone. In fact, we can have a look at how many sandstone blocks I've placed. 76,430 cut sandstone has been used. I crafted some more because I didn't know how much I needed. I've still got some left in my inventory. Oh my god, that is insane. I think that's now my most used block. Is that right? So use the pickaxes. Yep, then the block. And then the next one is 28,000 is stone brick. So we're not even close. And I've had this world. We're on day 1,790. So this is a long running world. And it's just all filled by cut sandstone blocks. Wow. But like I said, we are unfortunately not finished yet. We've got to still terraform. We've got to make an entrance to this thing as well. And eventually we're going to have to do the interior. That probably won't happen today. But right now we're going to get on with terraforming the outskirts of the pyramid to make it look a little bit better and make it and stop it from floating just randomly in the world. So let's get on to that. And in order to start that terraforming, we have to head back here into the sandstone mines because, yeah, we're going to need a whole load more sandstone. Not cut sandstone this time. This is not a place I thought I'd be anytime soon again because I've been down here what feels like years, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to go grab a whole load of sandstone and then we're going to start on our terraforming. Right, I'm going to fill up my inventory of sandstone. I just got blown up by a creeper. That is not good. I think all my stuff should be fine, but it's a bit of a death trap in here. Oh god, we're gonna have to go in. Okay, I'm gonna hope my armor and my pickaxes and my sandstone is still there. Yeah, let's go have a look. I've just mined so much out here. There are so many dark patches. I need to fully light it all up. Right, we died. Around here, it looks like everything is retrievable. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be mob spawning here because... yeah, I am not spending time to light up the entire underneath the pyramid area. Right. Armor is safe. Pickaxes are safe. We are safe. Okay, let's get some sandstone. My inventory is now filled up with sandstone, and we're going to be connecting the... Oh my goodness, is that a baby? I didn't even know they could spawn baby, whatever it's called. Yeah, we're going to be connecting the pyramid up to the ground. Yeah, we're going to be trying to make it look as natural as possible, because this doesn't look very natural at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, so we're going to be just going around, placing in... Basically, just placing like this sandstone, making it look like a bit of a cliff, I guess. Oh my god, I'm trying not to get killed by mobs in the process. So I'm going to get that done, and then I will get back to you guys once I've gone around the entire pyramid. The front of the pyramid is now fully terraformed, and it looks absolutely magnificent. I love the way this looks. The cliffs look really cool in this corner over here, and then it's nicely elevated off the floor over here. And we do still have our way into the cave down below the pyramid here. Where is it? Here it is. A little hole in the ground with a ladder just bringing us into an absolute mob trap. So we're not going to have a look down there. But yeah, that's where we get all of our sandstone from that we might need in the future. But one last thing I want to put in before we finish is just a little doorway in. And I need to find the middle of the pyramid to do that. And I could count along from side to side to try and find the middle. Or I could fly up to the top and just pour a load of water down. Because I think the water stream should stay in the middle, right? If I pour it on the top block, I'm pretty sure we should see just like 4 water streams going perfectly down the middle. Let's see. Yes, perfect. Okay, this could take quite a long time for the water to reach the bottom because it's got a fair ways to go. I could also just follow it down, I guess, but I'm going to lose track of which block I'm on. So let's go down to our little terracotta perch over here and just watch the water flowing down the Great Pyramid. Can I land this? Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. It takes so long to come down. This thing is just ridiculous. It's definitely the biggest survivor build I have ever made. Let's just sit here and watch the water flow, I guess. Finally, the water reaches the bottom. Okay, that's where our door's going to go. We're going to put our door right in the side of the pyramid here. I'm going to mine this out, and then I am going to get rid of the water, don't worry. Although it'll probably take quite a while for it to actually dissipate. Let's go place a block, or just scoop it up in our bucket from up the top here. It actually looks kind of cool with the water on it, you know. I should have I am not building this thing again, but I should have put some lines going down the middle. Okay, let's take our water and let's follow the stream down to the bottom where we can build our door. The amount of time it takes for the water to flow down is just insane. Is it even halfway yet? We've been to sleep. We've slept away the night. It doesn't even feel like it's halfway yet. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to just AFK while this thing flows. So now that we've found the center of the pyramid, we know exactly where we're going to be building our entrance into this ridiculous structure, which honestly just looks like a stairway to heaven. It just looks like it goes up into the sky and never ends. It's insane. And it looks even more insane on the inside. Am I going to get blown up? Just shot instead. Yeah, it looks absolutely mad in here. And we will definitely get around to building an interior and a doorway one day. So last time I was in this world, I was building a humongous pyramid. And I think inside that pyramid today, we're going to be putting this huge beacon. Unfortunately, the desert is a little bit away from the main base, so we've got to travel there through the nether. But we've got our nice terraformed nether here, and we can just pop down here. And now we're in the main nether overworld. And we've got our portal just over here by this lovely cascade of lava. So here is the giant pyramid. There's absolutely nothing inside it at the moment, so we're going to be putting the beacon beams going obviously through the center, which means at the top we are going to need to change these blocks into probably stairs, I'm thinking, because I think beacon beams can go through stairs. And then maybe we'll have a slab on the top. But yeah, inside... Oh, there's another block. Oh, I think I named this, actually. Nope, I didn't. But inside, at the moment, yeah, it's all just... Well, we've got one lit up area, but most of it is just pitch black. We've got a pillager outpost, but yeah, nothing else. So we're going to be putting our beacon right in the middle here. But obviously, to make this beacon, we are going to need lots of gold or emeralds or diamonds or netherite or whatever. Unfortunately, this is a very long-running world. We are on day 1813, so yeah, we've been here a while and we've got a lot of farms set up, so we do have access to gold and emeralds. So first of all, we've got our gold farm up on the nether roof. I'm going to go check how much gold we've got in there. We are going to need a lot of gold blocks to build this thing, so hopefully we've got a good supply up in the farm here. I cannot remember, to be honest. Okay, how are we looking? Okay, that's not great. Okay, that is great though. Right, I'm going to have to craft all of these into blocks, and then we'll see how many we've got. So I'll get that done now. So we got a total of 4 stacks and a bit of gold blocks, which is a good start, but I think we are going to need a few more blocks to get this beacon set up. So I'm going to head over to my emerald farm now. And when I say emerald farm, of course what I mean is melon and pumpkin farm. So out in the farm over here, the farmlands over here, we've got our little melon and pumpkin farm tucked away in this building here, which we convert into emeralds using our farmer villagers. So how much have we got in the chest down here? That's a decent amount. That will do for now. Just trade some emeralds up with these guys. And after all that trading, we've ended up with about 5 blocks of gold and emeralds combined. So I think we should have enough to build our beacon now. I am looking for a tiny bit of lapis to build something by the pyramid, and I cannot find anything. I've been looking around this cave for ages. Is this like the rarest ore in the game now? I swear they just don't exist. Oh, diamonds. I found diamonds before I found lapis. I also found this pretty cool thing here. It's a spider spawner like on the middle of a lake, which is quite interesting. But I'm gonna keep looking for lapis, and then we'll be able to start building the giant beacon. Oh my goodness, I finally found my first lapis and some more over there. Okay, great. We've also got some pretty cool diamonds, but we're gonna have to pillar up there using emerald blocks. This is so like weird. Okay, we can actually start building now. Brilliant. Well, I cannot believe how long it took me to find all of that lapis, but we do now have a pretty good supply of stuff ready for our beacon. So we've got all of this gold, all the emeralds, we've got a bit of lapis as well, and we've got a diamond block which is going to be on the top in the middle of the beacon, and then we've got a few bits to power up the beacons as well. But before we get started on that, I do want to build an entrance to our pyramid, because we don't actually have any way of getting in at the moment. I've cut a hole here in the middle and it just kind of falls down into the land. I guess we can have a quick look inside. I don't want to get blown up by a creeper like that one. But yeah, we don't really have anything built in here, so we are going to build a little entranceway just before we build our beacon. So let's get started on that build right now. And just like that, we have ourselves an entrance into the Great Pyramid here. I'm really happy with this. I think it looks really nice. I didn't really go in with much of a plan, other than there were going to be these towers either side and a stairway leading up to the middle. But yeah, I think it looks really great. The acacia looks nice. I'm hoping this doesn't set on fire. It hasn't yet, so fingers crossed it doesn't get burnt down. But yeah, we've got a nice entrance now into the pyramid, which is still completely pitch black in here. And we are only going to be putting a beacon in, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I do want to get it pretty well lit up in here, because just getting shot at and blown up all the time isn't much fun. So I'm going to go craft a billion torches and try and light this place up. So we now have the inside of the pyramid completely lit up, and it's a lot nicer, I'm not going to lie. It's very nice not being shot at every 5 seconds, or hunted by zombies and spiders, and oh, there is a spider there, and there is a creeper there. But yeah, it's a lot nicer in here now. So now we are definitely ready to put the base of our beacon in, and I even went and raided my iron farm, so we've got definitely more than enough stuff here to get it built out. And I have marked out the center of the pyramid. Where is it? I put some iron blocks down. This place is so big, I can't even find it. It's in the water somewhere. Is that it? That's it here. Okay, yeah, this is the very center of the pyramid, so this is going to be where our beacon base is going to be. I'm not sure how high it needs to be, so we'll go right here. So the center one is going to be built of gold, and then around it, we're going to put emeralds. This is where our beacons are going to be. And then we need to go out one more because the beacons need one more layer around the outside, I guess, to go in. And I don't actually have the beacons at the moment, so we're going to put 9 red sand down just to signify, signify? Is that a word? Signalize? And show where the beacons are going to go. And there it is, a thing of absolute beauty. Yeah, this is pretty mad. This is a lot of valuable resources gone into making this huge beacon. But there is one thing that we are missing, and that is, of course, the actual beacons. Red sand isn't going to cut it, so we are going to have to go and get 9 beacons, which means 27 wither skulls. I'm pretty sure I have 1, so 26 wither skulls. How long could that take, right? Well, it turns out quite a lot of time and quite a lot of pain as well. Luckily, I do have this very good nether fortress close to the base, which is in a lava pool, so we get lots and lots of wither skeleton spawns. But we also have guards spawning and blazes, which is a bit of a pain. But after a couple of hours, we managed to get it done. 9 beacons. Oh, I don't think I've ever had this many in the game before. Definitely not in survival. So yeah, this is pretty insane, but we can now get them put in place on top of our mega beacon here. So we can remove the red sand. Thanks for standing in while the beacons were being harvested, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness, this thing looks ridiculous. We do now have to go carve a hole in the roof of the pyramid, but that's all right. We can do that. We can put stairs in, and it should still work. Okay, so if I've worked this out correctly, removing these should start the beacon. Oh my good, yep. It did, it certainly did. Okay, so now we should be able to place in... how are we going to do this? Okay, we're going to have to get rid of that one temporarily. Okay, yeah, that works. Perfect. And we can just put our stairs in like so. And it still looks like a pyramid whilst having this ridiculous beam of light coming through the top. And then I guess a slab at the top here is probably the best we can do. Does that work? That does work. Does that work? No. Okay. We'll leave it like that. Perfect. Oh my goodness. How does this look from the ground? That is insane. I've definitely never put 9 beacons together like this before. Oh my goodness. The pyramid looks insane with that beam of light coming out the top. I think I like it white. I was going to make it yellow, but no, I think it looks good the color it is. But of course, we can also get our status effects from these beacons, so we can get all of them. So let's start off with speed 2 from this one. Oh my goodness, we now have absolutely every beacon effect possible, and I feel so quick. This is ridiculous. Mine at super speed. Can jump super high. Oh, this is great. Oh, there's no mobs around anymore because I've lit the place up. But we should be pretty tanky as well and very strong because we've got resistance 2 and we've got strength 2. Oh, this is brilliant. Okay, now whenever we build in here, we're going to just be flying around and jumping like crazy. Very nice. Recently, I spent a few weeks building this absolutely massive sandstone pyramid in my Minecraft Forever world. The build is 140 blocks high, and I've currently placed over 80,000 cut sandstone blocks here in my world. However, there is one issue with the build. At the moment, it is completely empty. So today we are going to do something about that, and we are going to finally build something in this absolutely ridiculous pyramid. Yeah, we've got a lot of space to work with, which means I can build something pretty big. And even though I've been playing in this world for nearly 2,000 Minecraft days now, there is one thing which I still desperately need to build that I just haven't ever gotten around to, and that is an automated storage system. That's right, I never actually got around to building a storage system in this world. I've got lots of like not automatic ones, like manual ones, where I've just got a bunch of chests built up in buildings like this building here. It's just got a ton of random chests full of what was supposed to be sorted stuff, but ended up just becoming junk chests and absolute monsters which are impossible to keep on track of. So I've decided it's finally time to bite the bullet and actually build a automated storage system so we know where stuff is in this world, because I have no idea where anything is in this world. That does unfortunately mean I'm actually going to have to build an interior to a build, which is never ever fun. I hate doing interiors, but it's got to be done this time. And to do that, we're going to use a lot of sea lanterns. So I thought I'd bring you guys to somewhere I don't think I've ever shown in this world before, and that is my Guardian farm. And the reason I never showed it is because it's absolutely hideous. Yeah, look at this thing. That is diabolical. No one wants to see a video of that. But yeah, we need what these guys can give us. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit and gather up probably a stack of sea lanterns or so. Man, Guardian farms are so good. I stayed there barely any time, and we've got like 4 stacks of sea lanterns already. But we're also going to need some bone blocks. So we'll head over to the Wither Skeleton farm, which I made pretty recently, and we'll grab, I've got a load of bones in here. This farm is also super good. Now that I've got like the whole never spawn proofed, yeah, this is brilliant. 36 Wither Skeleton skulls in here, that's cool, but that's not what we need right now. Now we want the bone blocks, so we'll take those as well for our build today. So we've got a bunch of bones and sea lanterns ready. We are ready to start on the interior now, and we're going to start off just by building out the floor a bit, because yeah, there's no floor in here at the moment. It's just all normal Minecraft terrain. Now, I did work out that if I was to do the entire floor, it would be like the same amount of blocks as for the pyramid. And I don't really need that much room to do a storage system, to be honest. So we're not going to be filling in the entire thing, but we're going to get a pretty good section ready to work with to build our mega storage system. So let's get on with building that floor right now. We have now got our bony floor put in place, and I just love the sound of walking on this. It just sounds so nice. Listen to that. But yeah, this is going to be like our corridor into the pyramid. So we're going to have walls going up around here, so it looks more like a corridor and less like a floating floor in the sky. Yeah, so we're going to be putting walls up here, and it's going to be going down to a section in the middle of the pyramid here where we actually have our beacon effects, hopefully. Yep, there we go. And in this section is where we're going to be having our super sorter. So we're going to have a chest where we can put shulker boxes in, and it should sort out all of the stuff that we've got. So to start off with, I'm going to get on with building out the walls of this corridor so this place looks a bit better. And yeah, you can't see all the just landscape around. So I'm going to get on with that, and next time you see me, this place should look a lot different. So I'll get that done now. Well, it took me a few days, but we've got our interior pretty much all built out now. So where are we? Here's the entrance, yep. So if we head in here, we've got a nice hallway going right down to the center of the pyramid. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. The pillars look really cool. I love the floor. Yeah, it just feels massive in here, because it is pretty massive in here. And we're going to have a massive storage system in here. And that storage system is desperately needed. I've got a chest monster building up here where I'm building the storage system. That's pretty ironic. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing built now. So the way I want this thing to work is I want there to be one chest, which is gonna be here, that I can just load up with shulker boxes full of junk, and it will sort items. But I don't want the items sorted individually. I want like groups of items. So wooden stuff in one chest, and iron stuff in another chest, and rocky stuff in another chest. I think that's a lot better. It means you have to do way less filters, and it's just easier, I think. So the first step is to get the first chest put in. So we'll build ourselves one chest, and it's going to go right here between these two lights. Okay, that's the start. First thing I want to build is a shulker box unloader. So we need to make a machine that can take a shulker out of here, take everything out of the shulker and put it into a storage system, and then spit out the empty shulker back into another chest somewhere. So I'm going to get that built now. Okay, we have got ourselves a pretty good shulker unloader thing here. So we have a setup now where I can put a shulker box in this chest here and it will unload it. I'll quickly show you that. So if we put a load of random junk in our shulker box here and put it into this chest, it should get taken away, and eventually, and there's a bit of ticking, which is quite annoying. I can fix that, so yeah, I might have to change that. But eventually, we should see our shulker box pop up here any second now. There it is, and it makes its way back into this chest here, where it's fully emptied, and all the stuff at the moment is just down here in the back. That's the ticking. That's really annoying. Let's just break that for a second. Yeah, all the stuff gets unloaded into this chest here. There's some extra stuff in here from when I was testing it earlier. So now what we have to do is take the stuff from this chest and build a pretty huge sorting system. Well, quite a bit of time has passed since that last clip, but we do not have much more of our interior built out. We don't have our storage system fully built yet, but we do have the areas where our chests are going to go. So we've got these two rooms across to the side here. So we've got our shulker box inputter here, and then we're going to have loads of chests lining the walls in here. I've started to put some of them down, but we are now completely out of wood. This has been like this project has taken so much longer than I thought it was going to. So if you are enjoying, please do feel free to leave a like and maybe consider subscribing. But I have got a whole load more wood to gather, so I think I'm going to have to go and find a forest somewhere and just tear it down. Unfortunately, I don't even have an axe at the moment. I died in lava pretty recently and lost it, so we're going to have to go build. We're going to have to go build an axe, have to go make an axe, and then we're going to go find a forest and tear it down. So let's get to doing that right now. So we have got ourselves a brand new axe here with all the good stuff on it, and you can probably tell how I lost the last one as well. But we have found a nice forest right next to where the pyramid is, so we're gonna tear this thing down and do a time lapse of that. So let's get collecting some wood right now. Okay, so we have put all of that wood to very good use now. We've got our storage system set up, I guess, but we don't have any redstone at all. So we've got space in the back here to run hoppers into the chests. And I said I was going to do it like differently, where it's like groups of items, but I think it is going to be individual items. Will be a lot easier. I didn't realize how much space we have. We have so many chests. So yeah, I think we can store items individually. I just have to actually build the thing now, which is going to be a very long process. It's going to involve a lot of hoppers, so I think I'm going to have to go gather a lot more materials. But I'm going to get on to building that right now. Some very big progress has been made on our sorting system now. So we've got the first, like, what's this, 1/8 of it is finished. And we've got all of our, like, rocky stuff sorted now. So we've got stone in this chest here, cobblestone here, deep slate all the way down to, I think we've got end stone and, yeah, bricks at the end here. So we've got all of our stones being sorted now, and I'll just show you a bit of the redstone. This thing is taking a lot of resources, mainly hoppers. Yeah, there's a whole load of hoppers back here. But, yeah, my iron supplies are running very low. We've also got this pretty cool item elevator thing here, so when we unpack our shulker box, it shoots all of the stuff up into the hopper line. So I've gathered up a few shulker boxes from around the world full of stuff that we are sorting at the moment, and I'm just going to plug them into the machine while I work away, carrying on to finish off the sorting systems. Yeah, we've got this one here, which I think I'm going to have wood in this one here, and then we're going to have our mob drops in this one, and then maybe our valuables in this one. So let's get this thing started and put in all of these shulker boxes. I'm pretty sure these are all the right ones. Yeah. Okay. We'll just let that do its thing. And it should tick away like it is now. Okay. Let's carry on building. Well, this project has taken so long, but it's done. It's finally done. And I think this might be the most insane good build I've ever done in survival Minecraft. It is ridiculous. So we've got the bottom halves of the chests are all fully automated now, storing stones in here. our wood stuff in these ones. And then we've got our mob drops down in this corner here. Just along here. And then our valuables all along here. I haven't actually finished item framing these yet. There we go. So I can now just take my shulker boxes from over here. I've got 3 ready to sort. Right here, I can just dump them in the chest and let it do its thing. And we just sit back and everything gets sorted for us. I also added this little light here, which turns off when it finishes with all the shulker boxes. So, I don't know, if we're over this end of the pyramid and we don't know if it's still processing, we can just look at the light there and that will tell us. But you don't really need the light when you're this close because it's not quiet. It's quite a loud contraption when it's running. There's ticking over here as well. I guess I can show you guys how it works real quick. So here it is from the outside, and yeah, it's pretty mad. So we've got our dropper elevator taking all the items up there, and these are the first set of sorting systems where we've got all of our stony bits, and then it continues to run around. This used so many hoppers. I genuinely have no iron left in this world now, but it runs around to the next item sorter here, which is our wood stuff, and then over here I've got another dropper system. Yeah, that's another one of the tickings. So if it's still got to go around, it drops it here, and the items get taken around in a little water stream where there's another dropper elevator, which takes them up to the next set of sorting systems, which are, what are these? These are like the mob drops. So yeah, the mob drops, and then the hoppers carry on all the way around to our valuables on the other side of the circuit here. So yeah, we've got our glowstone and yeah, diamonds and all of that stuff in here. And then eventually the last chest is overflow. So if anything that isn't going to be sorted enters the system, it will go into these 3 chests here. And then we've got the extra bonus chest at the top there, which I'm just going to use for non-automatic storage. But that is our super sorter completely finished, and I am so happy with how it worked out. I think it looks amazing. It took a very long time to build. Recently I built this giant desert pyramid in my Minecraft Forever world. And inside of this giant pyramid, I have put a fully automatic storage system. This system is great and stores absolutely everything I could ever need, but there is one thing that I'm storing at the moment that I don't have any farm for, and that is bamboo. And so today we are going to be building a bamboo farm, and a pretty big one. The only issue is I only just finished building this storage system, and I basically have absolutely no resources left in this world now. I don't have any iron at all. If we go look at my iron chest, actually that might be a lie. I might have a couple of sacks of iron, but this took so much iron for the hoppers. Where is the iron sorted? It's over here. Yeah, okay, that's all the iron I have in this entire world. So we're gonna have to gather a few materials before we can actually build this thing. But we should be able to cheat a little bit because we can use the storage out the back here. Oh, that's taken my smooth stone. Anyway, we can use the storage system here to collect the bamboo rather than building a whole new collection system. So we can cheat a little bit. We can use this machine here. We'll probably input our bamboo into this hopper here, and then it will just be sorted into the system, which will be nice, and it will make it a little bit easier. Okay, it turns out I do actually have a little bit of redstone left, so I do need to craft an auto crafter, and I have no idea what you need to craft this. I've got iron, redstone, and a crafting table. I've only got 3 redstone. That's all the redstone I have left, so let's see if we can no, what do I need? Is it not called an auto crafter? What's it called? Craft, there it is, the crafter. Okay, I need a dropper. Okay, I think I've got everything I need then. Got 1 dropper in here, and there we have our crafter. Okay, right, so yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to harvest bamboo, feed it into here, spit out the bamboo blocks, these ones, into our sorting system, and it will just do that forever while we're sitting here going through our items or sorting items. It will be also farming bamboo, so we'll always have wood available in this world. So here's the redstone I have at the moment. I'm definitely going to need some more redstone dust, and I'll probably need some more hoppers as well. But other than that, I think we've got everything we need. We've got enough observers. We've got the pistons. Bamboo farms are so easy to make. I love making bamboo farms. They're great. Okay, so we're officially going to use every single bit of iron I have in this world. However many hoppers I have is how big the farm is going to be, I guess. I've got some chests in here. Okay, so we've got 4 hoppers already. How many hoppers can I get? 14, 18. Okay, we're farming 18 bamboo per farm per harvest. I don't know. I've just realized I don't have any actual bamboo, so we're going to have to go out into the world. Luckily, there is a jungle very close to the pyramid, so I'm going to go grab some bamboo, and then we can actually make this farm. This is so satisfying. I love chopping down bamboo. But yeah, this should be enough for us to get started. Okay, so we're going to have to work backwards with this farm. So we're going to have to start with the output. Right, so I want the crafter... Is that pointing the right way? I feel like that's not pointing the right way. I want it pointing into the hopper, and it's gone. Okay. Can I grab it? I grabbed it. Okay, nice. We want it pointing down into this hopper here. So if I place a block like this... Where's my crafter? My inventory is full, as usual. Okay. That should be pointing the right way, I think. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, now if we fill this up with bamboo, like that. Oh no, it takes the bamboo out before, and we're not... Okay, this has not gone well. Okay, if I have the crafter like this, does that work? Right, we fill it up with bamboo, and then we power it. Do I have anything to power it with? We can make a torch. This is going to fill up my inventory even more, but let's have a quick look. Right, if I power the crafter now, I'm pretty sure that went in there. Can I see it go? I mean, it's... Wait, is that it down there? No. Okay, yeah, it went into the hopper. That's good. Okay, so here is our output. We need to be putting bamboo into this. And we're just going to feed a row of hoppers along like this into the side of the crafter. Nice and easy. And then on top of these crafters, we're going to have a layer of mud. Mud just made bamboo farms so much easier. It's amazing. You can just plant the bamboo on here, and whenever it gets harvested, because mud's not a full block, the hoppers pick it up, which is great, and then it will end up in our crafter here. So we'll plant a row of bamboo along our mud here. Then we'll have a row of pistons going along the side like this to harvest the bamboo when it grows tall enough. A line of observers on top of that to watch out... Oh, that's looking the wrong way. To watch out when the bamboo is fully grown. God, I hate placing observers. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay. And it turns out I didn't quite have enough observers. That's fine. We don't need to fill it out because we can just use the pulse from these observers here to trigger the other pistons. It will just mean sometimes the bamboo will grow a bit taller, but that's fine. It is a little bit dark back here, so I don't even know if bamboo can grow when it's this dark. So we're gonna put some glowstone down just to lighten the place up a bit, and it also means I can see what I'm doing, which is nice. Okay, and that should be the farm working pretty much now. We've got to seal it off so the bamboo doesn't fly off down there. It did just harvest, so I'm guessing that's that is some bamboo on the floor down there. So we just put some blocks either side. This is quite awkward to place because I'm nearly hitting the bamboo every time, but yeah, this should be pretty much fully working now. We've just got to actually power the crafter. And there it is. What an absolutely beautiful build. It is hidden away, so I don't really care how it looks. But it is working. We're getting bamboo into our crafter now. We just need to now set up a little system here, which means every time this is full, it shoots out or it fires up the crafter and gets it working. Okay, so we've got all of our bamboo being fed into our auto crafter now. So if we put a comparator coming out the side here, and then a crafter here, like this. And then I think I click down all of these, so when it's the same, it's powering, right? And then redstone dust, like this. Does that work? No. Oh no. Okay, it's working. Although it did just shoot it into nowhere, which is not great. Okay, let's what if I build up like this? Does that work? Okay, I think the issue is full and it shouldn't be full. If I just take all of this out and then fill it up manually. Okay, crafts. And that went into my inventory. Great. Okay, this might work. I think this might work. So now it's firing into, well, it's not It's not powering this block here. It's powering a block atop of the crafter, which I think should still cause it to craft. And now hopefully it spits it into the hopper line. We'll find out. Okay, I've got 1 in my inventory. I don't want to see that go to 2. Okay, or it could just not craft. That's not good. Okay, I think I have something that's working. This is incredibly like convoluted and definitely not the best way to do it. So if you do understand redstone and if you're good at redstone, unlike me, I'm very sorry that you have to see this because this is horrendous. But it is working. When this fills up with bamboo now, we send a redstone signal all the way underneath round to the other side, because basically I didn't have a block that I could power. I couldn't power this one because it's a hopper, and I couldn't power the one in front of it because that's where I wanted the items to go. So yeah, we've had to run it underneath into the other side, but it's working. And we should now be getting bamboo fed directly into our storage system. So we've got 27 blocks in here at the moment. I'm going to stand around here for a little bit while I do some editing, and we'll see how much we have when I'm done AFKing. So I've been stood around in the pyramid for about half an hour now. The farm has been working away, so we had 27 of these bamboo blocks half an hour ago. How many do we have now? 39. Okay, that's not too bad, considering it's just going to work forever. And that's all the wood. That's all of our wood sorted now, really. Whenever I need chests or anything like that, I'll just use bamboo in the future because it's just so much more convenient. So here we are at the storage system / giant pyramid on day 2054, and this thing is still working a treat. We've got so much stuff sorted in here now. It is ridiculous. Grass in here, podzol, random coal. Yeah, we got all of the stuff that we have ever collected in this world sorted in this massive building. And I think this is my favorite thing that I've built in video in this world. It is humongous, and also it's like a redstone, I don't know, just a huge redstone project, and I'm not good at redstone, so doing this was a real joy. But here is the pyramid today, and if we try really hard again, we can have a look at how the desert looked originally. So let's have a look at that right now. So here we are in the desert, and it is just a desert. There's nothing here. It definitely feels like we've got a humongous building missing from the middle of this biome, where a river is carving through between desert and badlands. But yeah, no pyramid here. This looks a lot more normal than it does in day 2054. So that is how some of the biggest buildings here in this world were made. I have had so much fun playing in this world for you guys here on YouTube. And thank you so much if you made it to this point of the video. You're amazing. But for today, that is all I've got time for. So thank you and goodbye.